Hey guys, just give me 1 second to get this set up and get on the live on my iPad and all that good stuff. Thought I had this all arranged perfectly, and then at the last minute, right as I hit live, I kind of hit it and it all moved. All that good stuff. So just give me 1 minute here. I'm gonna get on the live on my iPad, and yeah. Like I said, just give me 1 minute. Let me pull it up here. Tonight, my biggest thing I want to do is to set up this week, because, you know, I haven't. If you have been around, you know that I released the layout kit, the New Year's layout kit, a couple months ago. I filmed it all, had it all edited. I posted it, and apparently it never posted. And not only that, I'm like a very bright person, I deleted the video after that. So, I've been meaning to remake it, but I haven't had time to. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it on the live here, and then, I'm going to download the video and edit it and get it back up on YouTube. Hopefully it'll actually post this time. I was not cleaning out, but I was trying to get my YouTube ready for last year. It was one of my big goals for last year to do my YouTube video or YouTube channel, like get it going, but was one of the goals I didn't meet. So as I was preparing for it, I deleted the video that I thought was live. I was trying to apparently made it a draft. I thought it was live, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to redo that now in my journal for this year as this week. So I'm going to be copying this and kind of showing you. So far in my journal, I've got a lot to still set up still. I've got a lot to still set up in my journal. So far I've, stenciled my name and I haven't colored it yet. If you were on my live the other day, this is my cover page in my stencil area. And then so far, I still have to stamp the months in here. I can't find my monthly little stamp, but this is going to be my future log. I used the new Friendship Bracelet Builder stencil to do this. And then one of the best, planny Taylor Swift quote I could find. I'm an architect. I'm drawing up the plans. I just wrote that in there and then divide it up. I'm going to stamp each monthly calendar in here so I can kind of see at a glance. And then I will put, the things that I already have planned for the year, like when I go to Italy or when I go to Vancouver, or like the SGS dates and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that I did while I was at a family party and didn't have any of my stencil stuff, but I had a pencil and my bullet journal, I went through and from the back put the things that I want in here. It's like the brainstorming for next year in a review, goal review, and then I went and put each week in here as well. I think I flipped through this the other day, but so I kind of knew how many pages I need to make my calendar. So I have where each weekly is going to be already. And so, hi, hey Katie. And so I know other bullet journalers, they kind of do it where they can leave collections and kind of flip through wherever they want it, but I really like all my weeklies together, so I figured that was a good way to do it. So I still have a few more pages I don't have to sign, but I used our gift stencil and then kind of some doodles and some mild liners to make this page is going to be gift ideas as I think of things for my nephews or my mom or whatever. Friends, if I see things that I think they would like, I'm going to put them on this page. And then this page, I'm going to put gift ideas or things that I want to get for Italy or whatever. As I think of them, I'm going to put them on here. And then either as I have a budget for them or, when people want to when my birthday comes up or whatever, I will have that. Hi, how is it? Oh my God, I'm so jealous. It's so fun. Charlie's nice and warm. It snowed here today. Not heavily, but how fun. How is it? How exciting. Anyway, so that was my gift page. And then these are going to be my memories pages. I have to redo them still. And then that's going to be my playlist page I still have to do. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to hear all about it. I've been kind of glancing through your pictures, but the last 2 weeks have been kind of a chaos cyclone. And so I really haven't like looked too closely at Facebook at all. So this is me, my packing list. And then this is a new one I did this year. And I just used our font stencil, the lowercase type font, to do this. But I kind of wanted to write my bucket list in this year. So I'm going to be crossing out actually a lot of these. Not a lot, but like 5 of them next year. Cinque Terre. It's okay. I mean, it's not really rough, just busy. Rough and busy, honestly. Kind of some of both. Good busy too, though, so. Anyway, so Cinque Terre, the Sistine Chapel, the Colosseum, cooking class in Italy, Rome. So that's cool. So I wanted to put that in there because I'll actually be crossing some off next year. And then this is going to be my shop goals and my social media tracker. This is another one I might do tonight if I get through my weekly spread pretty quickly. And then I worked on this, kind of flipped through this the other day, but I did finish my self-care little 3-page collection here. And then this is going to be my travel, and I usually just do a USA map, but because I'm going to actually be going other places next year, I did a second page. I'm going to put world travel in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do just like a Canada and an Italy map, because that's all I'm really going to, but, or if I'm going to do full world. I haven't decided yet. And then I have 2 pages for word of the year. This page will be like a cover artsy type page, and then this will be quotes. I still haven't completely set on it. Discover was resonating with me. But I don't know. I was looking up quotes and I don't like it anymore. I really like wander. I like wonder. I like travel. I like journey. I don't know. I want it to be something travel-y, especially because not only like the travel, but look at the cover. I chose this one because it's the travel year. Well, it's kind of not the travel year because I've done more traveling in other years, but it's like the big travel year, so. Anyway, plus the brown just seemed like Italy-ish. This is going to be, I saw a TikTok that Explore is a good one. I like that. That's actually really good. Because I don't want it to be like just travel-y. Like I want there to be like some other like Discover I thought was good, but it like wasn't it. Explore is a pretty good one too. I need to start narrowing it down so it's not like this year where I just leave the 2 pages blank. I'm going to put that on my list of possibilities. I like that. The one thing I will never do again is adventure. It was my favorite one, but I used it in 2020, which is, you know, the pandemic. And then I used it in 2021 and my dad died. So I'm like, I feel like that one's gotta be retired. Even though it's like my favorite word of the year. I'm just always gonna have adventure. I didn't either, but I was looking through like when I was posting pictures on Instagram, and like all of my favorite pictures are just me just like outrageously happy. And so like I feel like in hindsight my word of the year last year was joy. Okay, anyway, so the next couple pages are gonna be like, so this is my goals page. I'm gonna do it the same way and kind of do some doodles. I just haven't sat down and done the vision. And then I wanted to do a vision board, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to set that up. I'm hoping Alex will do this for me. Not do it for me, but give me a thing. And then I saw on TikTok like a vision board bingo, so I thought that would be cool too. So I left a few pages for that. I'm not 100% sure I'll use them for that, but we'll see. And then these are both going to be birthday pages. And then I don't know if you guys were here when I showed you this one. This is going to be my future log. So I used the friendship bracelet builder one, the new one. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to set it up. And like my additional challenge is that one thing that's important to me is that I use stencils in some way on every page. Like that's my challenge, my like personal bullet journal challenge. Every page that I'm doing something on, like obviously I'm not going to stencil on this page, but like every page that I'm doing something, I want to use at least one stencil. And sometimes it's just like very faint, like a little pattern in the corner. And sometimes it's, you know, like the entire page. So like this is just a font stencil, but then the rest will be doodles. Anyway, so thank you. Just in case anybody else comes on and rewatches this, I just wanted to remind everybody the Meet Me at Midnight event does end tonight at midnight. I honestly think I set my code for another couple days, but I'm not going to guarantee when it's set till, but that is going on through tonight. The code is still New Year's Day, 20% off. And you'll get the champagne glasses freebie, which I don't have by me. But anyway, so what I wanted to do tonight, I for sure want to at least get this week's done. I don't think you guys were here. So in October, I released the first of our layout kits, which are super fun, and I really like the concept of it. And my intention was to have a social media video of going through it, of how to use it. And I filmed it, and apparently when I thought I posted it, I set it as a draft, and then as I was like going through, I deleted it, and it had already deleted off my phone as well. And then I just, you know, Christmas got hectic, and I never went back and redid it. So I just found out finally. I always wanted it to be the case. No problem. Have an amazing rest of the trip. I always wanted it to come, always, like, my biggest thing for this year was to get my YouTube channel set up, or last year, and I never did. But I just found out you can actually save Facebook Lives, which will make that way more helpful, because, like, I'm always like, well, do I do it on Facebook Live, or do I save it for a YouTube video, or do I save it for a TikTok? Like, so now that I have finally figured out how to save Facebook videos, which I had been trying to do it on my phone for the longest time and didn't realize, like, that was the issue. Like, I should have just been trying to save it on my computer. Now that I realize this, it's going to make things a lot easier for me. So my intention tonight is to do this and then take this video and hopefully, like, do some voiceover and whatnot and edit it. So hopefully that'll be up soon. For the layout kit, you do get this, you'll get it in a folder. There's a little instruction sheet, and then in it, you got the 3 brushes that you need to do. There is also these colors that I'm going to be using that I used in the layout, and I can show you the layout. There are these 3 colors listed on there. And of course, you can use whatever colors you want and you have, or, you know, that resonate with you. You'll get the anti-stencils and this layout, balloon layout. You will also get, and I apparently don't have them all here. Of course I don't. You'll get the confetti. You'll get the New Year's icons. And then you will also get, I believe they're in here, the 3 font stencils that also coordinate with that. Just give me 1 second while I don't pull them out, apparently. I have them. There's 2 of them. And there's the 3rd. So then you also get the upper, lower, and move this out of the way a little bit. Let's go through that again, and I'll do it on top of here so you can see it. The balloon layout, as well as the anti-stencils that go in there. The New Year's icons. The confetti. The upper, lower, and numbers stencils. And then all of that, you know, obviously you can use these stencils in other ways and in other spreads, but I use it to make this specific spread, and that's what I'm going to show you guys how to make. And then you can obviously take this and use these stencils in a lot of other ways. Use it for birthdays and for other parties and for next year, New Year's, and in different planners in different ways as well. But we're going to set it up in an A5 dot grid, just like that. All right. So let's get to it. And like I said, I went through and penciled in every week. So each week I will hopefully be on track and have no problem staying on track. So the first thing that I will say is I always like to washi these stencils down, even though, you know, this one's pretty, it's pretty easy to use, this one, and hopefully not a lot of movement, but I still think washing stencils down is the easiest way to handle things, especially when you're a beginner, and even if you're not, it just saves you from like one tiny little bump and then everything being off. In addition to that, I also still like to trace mine with a pencil very lightly. Just to kind of get my layout where I want it. and know that, you know, if I move later when I'm looking at it. All right, and then I'm going to be using 3 colors today. If you wanted to recreate this and wanted like the least amount of inks that you needed, you could definitely get away with just 2 colors with just like the gold and the silver. I honestly added the green just to give it like a little bit of a pop of color. But you definitely don't need that green. I mean, you really don't need any of the colors. You could do it with what you have. But the colors I'm using are Lost Shadow, which is one of the newer Tim Holtz colors, Scattered Straw, and Mode Lawn. Now, all of these are oxide inks, which are different than the regular distressed inks. In a planner, I think they're better, but you can obviously make your own choice. Use what you have and use what's going to get used. Okay, so go through there, and I'm going to grab our brushes, and you do take them out of your plastic, and you can just toss that plastic when you're done. Or not when you're done, like, you know, now. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take our brushes and nice gentle circles. I'm not pushing hard. The first time you use a brush, I do kind of like to build up a little bit of color on it. Then I just kind of dab it off just to make it not too super intense. Because we're going to be writing in these balloons, I do kind of just dab them off on the side. Just so I have a little extra ink there, and then it's also not, the color's not as intense. And the other thing with these is I'm going to go in little tiny circles, but I'm going to concentrate more of the color around the outside of the balloon for 2 reasons. That way, like when you're writing your plans, it's lighter on the inside, and so your pens have an easier go over it. But also it kind of gives that like depth of the balloon. Kind of like the light is hitting it. Makes it look a little more 3D and a little more like it's going to pop off the page. So I do like a darker around the edges and then a little bit lighter in the middle. And you can kind of adjust that to how you want it. I'm going to do it a little bit more. And then I am just going to kind of alternate my balloons. Again, if you only have one color, you can do them all the same color. You can even just trace around them with a marker or something and not do any color. It's up to you. Again, the purpose of these kits is to kind of give you a baseline of this, but not kind of hold you back. It gives you the framework if you don't really know where to start with stencils and with building a layout. But from there, you can kind of, you know, explore and use these in different ways. Like once you kind of see how using your balloon here, like how would you do it differently? So when I pull this away, you can kind of see, hopefully, that there is kind of like a little like shine on it. And that was the purpose of doing darker on the outside and lighter on the inside. But also, like I said, you're writing your plans here, so a ton of ink can get kind of gunky on pens, but if you do it really light, it's usually not an issue. The other reason that I washi it on 2 sides is so I can do what I just did. Pick it up and see where it was at, and then put it down very easily without having to try to rearrange it and line it up just perfectly. Okay, so then I'm going to switch to my gray, my Lost Shadow. Again, the colors are your choice. I'm just going with the ones that I used to set this layout. And again, I'm just going to go kind of darker around them outside. You can make little circular motions or just kind of like, not really feather it, but just trace around the sides. And again, you can kind of go in a nice big circle and just kind of drag that ink towards the center. Or just leave it completely blank if you want to, you know, like I said, give it a little bit of depth. And I did make it a little darker in the center than I wanted to, but with the gray, it's a little harder to get that, you know, negative space. Hi, Lena. All right, again. So this is our last balloon on this side. And you can kind of see how quickly this layout can come together. The purpose of the layout stencils is that it's very easy to put your layout down and be done with it in a couple minutes. Obviously, this one doesn't have as much detail because we have a lot of the other stuff. Now, The next thing that I'm going to do before I even lift my stencil up, this will give you a nice clean line. If you want it kind of artistic, you can also pick it up and adjust it a little bit, which I'll do on when I do the letters, I'll do that. But here, I'm going to kind of stick with the line of the balloon, and this is why I traced that, to give it kind of that crisp line to begin with. And then, like I said, you've already got 4 of your boxes ready and waiting for all of your New Year, New You plans. Or New Year, not New Year plans. All right. So nice and simple. These come together pretty quickly. Like I said, it's pretty easy to make this. 2 colors, you know, 2 brushes, and you've got your boxes. I am gonna adjust a little bit here. I'm gonna put these ones up a little bit higher just to kind of give us like a diagonal, not like a swoosh, but like a diagonal swoosh, I guess. Just a little bit of variety so it's not kind of like a repeating pattern. I will adjust this washi tape to this side. And you can kind of move them around as you want. You don't even have to necessarily have these all 4 together. You can kind of just use 1 or 2 boxes and move them around kind of however. Or if you only want, you know, if you only do 7 days a week, I like to have an extra box to use for, an extra box to use for like notes and everything. But if that's not your style, then you can just use 3 boxes. Okay. Let's knock out our gray ones really quick. The other good thing is you might be able to tell that I have a little bit of ink on this page. I didn't do a very good job cleaning it, I guess. But you can use these layouts and kind of arrange that to cover over that ink. So you can kind of, you know, if you don't want to use a sand eraser, that's a good way to kind of get some color in there and cover up some of your mistakes. You can kind of see I did there. It looks like there's a little bit of ink on the back of this, and that's why it's doing that. All right. I think before I do my yellow ones, I'm going to pick it up really quick and clean it. With these gray, it almost just adds to that color. With the yellow, it'll just look smeared. Okay. So I'm going to pick this up. And again, I'm going to leave it attached at that bottom washi point. And I'm just going to take really quickly and just kind of run around the edges here. Specifically the ones I haven't done yet. Uh-oh. And that is what I didn't want to do, but that's okay, like I said. The good thing is balloons are pretty easy to line up. And even if it's just slightly different, it's not, you know, that big of a deal. Okay. So now we're going to go back and get our yellow. And again, I'm going to kind of make it darker on the outside. And then just kind of start pulling this ink towards the center. And this is a little different than I do normally with like the circles. I'm kind of making it like a bigger circle. And I do still want like a little bit of color, but I just think that gives like a nice like pop of like dimension to it. So we're almost done with this. And then from here, again, like it is kind of like a your choice thing. If you want to do this exact layout, it's super easy to follow. But if you want to like, you know, change up the colors or change up where the balloons are located or not even use balloons for the boxes, it's all up to you. Okay, just another quick. All right, so there are your boxes. Really quick, really easy. If you are wondering how to clean these, I typically use like a baby wipe or a wet wipe if I'm on the go or like on a live where I don't have access to a sink. If I have access to a sink and you're using the distressed oxides, the one great thing about those, or one of the great things about those, is that you can really easily just run it underwater. If you want to clean it with soap, you can do that, but it's really not even necessary to do that. You can just run it under some running water, you know, get it all covered, and then just pat it dry and your stencils will be clean. Okay, so there is that. And then here, let's bring in our thing. So the next thing I'll do is I'm gonna do some of this background work. Like I'm gonna do the mirror ball, the balloon, the couple balloons, the champagne bottle, and the champagne flutes. And for that, we are gonna use, so we can kind of put the balloon builder part away. Hi, Alex. Okay, so the next thing, like I said, we're gonna do is we're gonna use our icons and kind of set the background up. So the first thing I did was I just kind of skewed the disco ball a little bit over here. Again, you're gonna wanna washi tape it down, not be like me. I will cover some of these little areas of other things that I don't want ink to spill over on. Hey everybody, if you're joining, say hey. I am working on my weekly layout for this week because, you know, Wednesday night is a perfectly appropriate time to do that. Especially in the beginning of the year though. Like I feel like you get a little bit of a pass. I do it all year anyway, but okay, so we're gonna again use the Lost Shadow. And the other thing you might want to do is if you are on a, hi Lena, hi Lisa. If you are on a notebook, you might want to cover the sides if you're going to wash or be inking at the edges of things, because you don't want, or maybe you do. I tend to like, hi Cynthia. I tend to like a little bit of random color. But since this is a brand new notebook, I'm gonna let that go for a little bit. All right. So nice and easy, kind of that same circle motion. I like Lost Shadow. I wish it was, I do too. I wish Tim Holtz would come out with a shimmery. That would be so cool. And I am going to build a little bit more of this up because Lost Shadow is a very light one. But I think it's like a nice lightness to it. Which is why I use it for this, because I think it's a good basic gray. A lot of his other grays either skew really brown or they're really dark. This is the first real light gray he's had. Okay, so the next thing we will do, I'm trying to like look at my example because I wanted this to be as close as it could be. We're gonna put our balloon in here. Shimmery would be so fun. I would be so excited for a shimmery one. Apparently he's coming out with his last distressed color in 2 weeks, I think. The 13th or something like that. 14th, whatever that, I think it's a Saturday. So whatever that Saturday is. I'm very interested to see what color it was. And then like also, like what's the reasoning behind it being like quote unquote the last one? I know. Like, is he just like done? Or is he like doing a new line of something? Is there going to be like, yeah, like it would be cool. But I think like any distress color he has, he makes it an oxide. So like, what does that mean? Is he just done? Like, is there no more oxide colors? Like, I'm gonna panic if that's the case. Or is he gonna like develop like shimmery ones and like other random cool stuff? So then I'm just gonna take this and kind of draw like a little tail to the balloon. The stuff we still need. I know. I am really glad he finally put a really good red though. So like, if nothing else, thank goodness. A metallic. Well, I mean, he does have the metallic crayons. So like, my crayons are kind of buried behind this, but like, He has the metallic crayons. This is like brushed pewter. Maybe he'll bring those. That would be amazing. I'd be so happy. That would be super exciting. Okay, and then we're gonna put the silver balloon here. I'm like trying to remember because for those of you that are just joining me, you may or may not remember that I did this the the layout pack, the layout kit in October, and I had it all filmed, I had it all edited, I had it posted to YouTube, but I had it posted as a draft, and I didn't realize that. And when I was trying to clean up my YouTube video, because one of my goals for last year was to start my YouTube channel, and I did not do that very well. So my goal for this year is to stop being lazy and do it. And that will be aided by the fact that I just now found out that you can save Facebook Live videos, which I had been under the impression because I've been trying to do it from my phone that you can't, but apparently you can. You just have to be on a desktop. So, I thought this was a perfect opportunity to refilm that because I had deleted not only the draft on YouTube, but also my video on Facebook trying to free up some space, or on my phone, I mean, trying to free up some space, and then didn't have anything. So that got super awkward for me. And then, you know, the end of the month, or the end of the year, the holidays were super chaotic, some good chaotic and bad chaotic. And so I never went back and refilmed it. And I just kept meaning to every day, you know, having 600 other things to do. So we are back at it and filming it now. So after, probably not tonight because I still am very busy. And we've got, you know, a lot of orders to fill from this. And then, not the sale, the event, the Meet Me at Midnight event. And a lot of other things, a lot of other good things going on. So it's just going to take me a few days to figure out how to do that edit work on my computer and all that kind of stuff. But it will be up on YouTube within the next, I'm hoping by the end of the weekend. All right. And then when I'm ready to start designing and when I have designed the next one, I will definitely make sure that that's out, you know, as it's released. I think the next one we're going to do, I think we'll do it like a springy one. We'll make it floral, not really like Mother's Day-y, but, you know, like kind of that floral vibe, like, you know, basically not Mother's Day, but like a spring floral, you know. And then I'll definitely want to do a summer one, and summer one is probably going to be summer, because I love summer. All right. And again, this is where I kind of bring that green ink in, and that green is Mowed Lawn. And I do that, again, not necessarily because I think this layout needs the green, but two colors can be kind of boring, so I figured I would put an accent color there in case you wanted like more than just the tan or the gold and the silver, and like, you know, the black from the pen, obviously. So I added the green in here, but if you didn't want to add this, you absolutely don't need this. You don't need the champagne bottle. You could replace it with something else. You could do a silver champagne bottle. I just kind of went with this, again, because it added like a little bit of color, a little bit of pop. And then before I move my stencil away, I am going to outline this. And then just add a little bit of detail. Like I'm going to make a circle around here. And make kind of a label. And then I'm going to get foiling for the cork. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our little champagne glass here and make crossed champagne glasses. And unlike the other ones, I'm not going to outline it because I outlined it the first time I did this layout, and I regretted it because then when I put 2024 over it, it looked bad. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to leave it as is and come back later and outline it. I do kind of have to adjust because my balloons are a little different than they were the last time. So I'm going to kind of just adjust those glasses here. Won't look quite the same, but it's going to be very close. So there's our champagne flutes. And then I think that is it for this stencil. There are some other things we're going to come back. I think maybe you can use the confetti to add some more depth, but I think that's it for that one for now. So we're going to put that one to the side. And now the next thing we'll do is do the Happy New Year across the top. So to do that, we'll start actually really quickly and do our 2024 here in the bottom, and we can finish off this bottom corner. So for that, obviously we're gonna need the numbers, and I use this in a different layout. So I'm gonna quickly clean this off, the yellow and the black. I use these same stencils in my Bookworm Life Planner to do a January calendar page. Okay. So we're gonna go take our washi and wash it down again. And when I do like years and stuff or things that I want to be centered, I try to go from the middle and work out. So for this one, I'm gonna start with the 02. And just kind of lay this down really quick. And then of course you have the bridges here. So you can just kind of go with them, or you can do what I like to do when I want to ink a number, and just kind of slightly rotate it and just dab in a little bit of that color the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially if you're going to outline it. So we'll do that. And then we'll do our 2 here. And then, of course, our 4. I know, I enjoyed making it, and I'm really excited to do the next one. Like I said, I think I'm going to do probably like a floral, springy one next. And I will make sure that I not only have the layout done and film that I post it before it even goes live, and then I'll definitely make sure we have opportunities to do. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using it for my birthday for sure. And probably your birthday too, Alex, because celebration time. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier, you can also, to make it more of like a fun and whimsical, you can kind of skew your numbers when you trace them and your letters when you trace them, or your images when you trace them, and I'm going to be doing that. I mean, I wanted to, but then I was like, I need to. But I also needed to do it for my bullet journal. Like, this is the kit I wanted to use anyway. I probably would have gave myself a little more artistic license in using it if I had already had it done. Like you did. Yours is super cute. If anybody is, Alex, you should definitely post those in the group. But if you're not following Alex on Instagram, her setup is really cute, and she uses all my stencils in a completely different way, and I love that. She actually was the inspiration behind the new friendship bracelet maker stencil, because she used a bunch of random stencils to make the friendship bracelet on her version of, I copied her vision, or her future log. She did this, but with like random stencils. And so I was like, I should just make that into a stencil so I don't have to dig through 50 different stencils to do that. And so actually when she had shown me she did this a while ago was when I actually designed that one right away. Okay, and then the last thing, well, not the last thing, the next thing. You're done with the numbers though, so you can put that away. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do Happy New Year. And again, because the space is a little different, I did space this out a little differently, and I spent a lot of time spacing it out, so I'm a little mad at myself. Oh, did I? Nope, there's one thing on the numbers we still need. We need the exclamation point for New Year. You inspire a lot of stencils, Alex. Don't tell yourself that, though. We just need the exclamation point. I'm going to go backwards on this, though. I'm going to start from the end and do this. Just wait till I get to the Italy stencils. I was thinking about that today. Things that I need for... One word of advice, if you do wash it before, you may want to dry it before you use it again, because that just ran all over. But it's okay, because, you know, bullet journals are not perfect. And one of my focuses this year is to not only, like, really, truly let myself be okay with things being messy, but to also, you know, give that message to you guys, too, because things are messy. Life's messy. The world is messy. Our bullet journals can be, too. It's fine. I'm, like, second-guessing myself with every letter. I'm like, what comes before R? And again, you can kind of slightly skew this. And these ones are a little harder. But I just kind of, yeah, that didn't work. So what I usually do, the other thing I will do, is I will take other letters that are kind of have like a closed off portion of the same like curve. I'm trying to think what I need. I need the lip. Oh yeah, this is what I used last time. The S. Just to give me a little bit of a border there. And I am kind of bouncing my letters a little differently than I did in the other one, because again, I put my balloons a little too far over, but we'll make it fit. It'll work. You know, you don't want every layout to look exactly alike, so it's kind of fine and fun. I actually used the uppercase on the other one, but we will use the lowercase for this one. And then when I'm done with all of these, I will also go back and trace them over and border them and outline them. Let's pull in the name, the uppercase. I'm panicking a little bit though, because I don't know if I'm going to get happy in that space. We're going to have to be really creative with how we put it in there. I think we're going to kind of tilt it. It'll be nice to have my week done finally, though. I was like, I really needed to have this week done ahead of time, and I didn't, but at least it'll be done. I can, you know, memory plan it or whatever. Not sure what memories I'm planning in it, but not been a banner week. Holidays are hard. Holidays with family are hard. Should have done what Dana did and jetted off to New Zealand. Alex and I were talking on New Year's Eve. We were like, we should be in a hotel next year. Eating junk food, hanging out, setting up our planners, going to bed when we want to. But then, like, if I was like, with people I liked, I would be up until, like, 3 a.m. Like, it's not New Year's in Hawaii yet. We can't go to sleep. Because that's how I get when I'm happy. Well, this took some creative bending, but we're gonna get it in, which is exciting. And then on New Year's Eve, my family were like, we should be on a cruise next year. And I'm like, oh gosh, trapped in a boat with everybody. That sounds so fun. All right, we're gonna give it a quick clean before I and you're gonna see like this spread is pretty much all set up. The last thing we're gonna do after this is just use our little background stencil, give us some you know, a little more depth to it, and we'll be done. Super easy, super quick. The good thing about these kits is that not only it gives you a super quick layout that you can do, and you know, you don't have to think up yourself. That's my job. Or Alex, if I can rope her into it one time. You also can take all the parts of this and use them in other things. You know, obviously this is kind of more geared towards like a celebration, but the fonts are really fun to use and other stuff. You can use, you know, like obviously the disco ball you can use in Taylor Swift stuff. You can use the confetti for birthday stuff, or for New Year's, or for Mardi Gras. You know, obviously the mask you can use for Mardi Gras. You can use the mask for Halloween. All sorts of fun stuff. If you're going to a masquerade ball, which would be super fun, and I don't know anybody that does that regularly, but if you do, like, tell me where. Tell me how I can get those in my area, because that sounds fun. But yeah, so it's definitely kind of a fun, I really like the concept. I'm definitely going to be bringing more of them to the shop. Probably like I said earlier, probably like quarterly. But I will have things set up. So we're not, you know, doing it like this after the fact. And I'll make sure to actually post it next time, and not in drafts and then delete it when I'm mad at myself for not doing YouTube enough. And it's funny because like the one thing I didn't delete was my the video I made like a long time ago. Like I'm pretty sure it was my first bullet journal that I have in that video. But yeah. How's everybody else doing with their planner setups? Is anybody done? Anybody not started? Anybody just kind of like in the middle like me? I've got my reading journal. The challenges I haven't finished setting up. I haven't finished setting up like my long challenges, like the Harry Potter and the Order of Planners one, or the, I haven't, not that it's long, but I haven't finished setting up the Taylor Swift one because I had been waiting for Vellum to come in to copy Alex. I haven't set up the Pop Sugar one yet. Okay, and then the last stencil we'll use, stuck from the first Crescent City, audiobooks. 97% done. Wow, that is, yeah, that's impressive. I am not. You're watching me plan this week because I'm so far behind. So the last thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of another one that's kind of like at your discretion. I'm just going to take this and kind of start randomly spreading around different confetti. Where's my yellow? You even started your book planner. I did. The book planner is actually the one I'm like further along on, because we had like a book planner setup day with some of my friends and I, and we spent like 8 hours at a local scrapbook store just setting up our planners, which was super fun. Highly recommended if you have somewhere like that locally. What I did was, before the planner event, I had like gone through and like, you know, especially the ones that I like had done before, I had them kind of not set up, but like I knew what stencils I wanted to use. I knew what stickers I wanted to use, and I knew where those stickers were. So if you're going to do something like that, I highly, highly, highly recommend having a plan. Because I was still able to talk to everybody and hang out and have fun. But, so I made a change in my planners. I'll take the plunge, and I'm attempting to use my traveler's notebook. Nice. That's exciting. I want to be a traveler's notebook girl, but I just have never been. I do... well, I guess it's really not a TN. It's more just a covered notebook that I have for my Italy trip. Because I'm trying to, you know, keep the front of my eye without sound when you're doing bedtime. Oh, thank you. This is the layout kit that had some snafus with it, with posting the actual breakdown of it. So I wanted to do it again and get it posted. But yeah, just use the Harry Potter stencils for the challenge. Yes, you did. That looked so good. I was super impressed with that. Or that might have been Becca's. I don't think I've seen your Harry Potter one yet. Have I? I have not set up a book challenge. Yeah. The book one is... I'm further along in that. I've got about like 9. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I think I was thinking of Becca's. But all the other ones you've been posting with stencils have been really cute. Planning on using my plum this weekend. I'm hoping to have some like good, you know, I'll be working on orders, but other than that, like some good planner time this weekend, which will be super fun. And again, now I'm just kind of adding where I think like areas look bare and trying to get all 3 colors in there. But that's going to be kind of how it looks. The only other thing I didn't do, I used the HP card from Universal Studios. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. I didn't trace my champagne glasses, so I'm going to do that really quick. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to do is just going to put like the days. I kind of curved them around the balloons. But you could totally put them wherever you wanted. I like I put one down and then I'm like, so what is Tuesday's date? Tuesday. 3. This day. 4. Thursday. I'm the worst when I write days of the week. I have like, without fail, if I'm talking Friday, I will misspell it. So I'm always very like, I have to do like Wednesday, Saturday. Because usually I'm really good at multitasking, but for whatever reason, the pressure of being on a live video. All right, so there is, oh yeah, Marilyn, feel free to post them here too. I know people would love to see how you're using the stencils. And obviously Monica's planner. So there is, that's that version of it. Very similar, but it is slightly different, is the one that I did originally. Terrible speller. So, yeah. There's this one. So that's this week's. I will obviously go through and, you know, do all my actual planning in it and whatnot. All right, let's see. What should we do next? I don't want to be on here too super long, because I've been having a terrible, terrible time sleeping. So I'm not planning on being in here super long. So, hang on one second. Sorry, just one second. I'm not sure why it's showing me like all these like missed messages on my... All right. Not what I'm looking for. Now I have to find my thing. Hang on one second. There we go. All right, thank you. Are we talking about this one right here, Marilyn? This is my future log. So what I use this for is, you know, like obviously as a bullet journaler, like I don't have the calendars pre-done out. So like if I have something planned for December, I don't have it set up. So what I use this for is I have to find my monthly stamp. I usually have I don't know where it's at. My office is kind of a cluttered mess and everything is everywhere. That's not the right planner. I usually have, or I do have a calendar stamp that I will go through and stamp the actual calendar in. I can't find my last year planner either, apparently. Thank you. So like this calendar stamp, so I can see the actual days, like the actual month and how it lays out and everything. And then I will put, I'm gonna just show you this here too. And then I will put, yeah, that's how mine is too. The holidays were not kind on my craft area or my mental health. So then I'll put like the days of things, like when I'm going on a trip or, you know, as things kind of play out, like I'll start planning them out. So like I already have penciled in here, just because I don't have I don't know how far down I'm gonna be able to go. Like I have in the dates for my Italy trip, my flight, the actual concert in Vancouver. I'll put like, eventually put like, you know, my book club days as we plan them each month and all that kind of stuff in here. And then I can kind of see everything that's happening in the year at once. So that's what I use this one for. It's usually boring like the other one. That's kind of the same layout I've been doing for several years. But then Alex did this one, a version of it very similar to this with like the friendship bracelet across it. And I was telling this story earlier that she just used random ones of my stencils and pulled out the pieces to make the bracelet. And I was like, that is amazing. I'm doing it, but I'm way too lazy for that. And I just made the actual bracelet stencil. And that's why we have that stencil. And so I kind of copied her on that and then use a Taylor Swift quote. And then I'm just using the rest of it for the future part because I think it's super cute. It's way cuter than the other one. And I also, one of my goals in my bullet journal is to have stenciling on every page. So like when I take it to a planner conference, when I take it to a planner event, or even not to a planner event, to other people that see my bullet journal, I can say like, this is what I do. Every single one of these pages has something that I do on it. And this is what you could do too. So like before I just did like, you know, the letter of the month behind it, and this is way cuter. So I'm really excited about this. Yeah, it's good advertising. That's the phrase I couldn't think of in my head. Yeah, so that's that. I could put those away now because I had the colors sitting out for the exact ones that I used. I know like at SGS, like it was really easy for like, when I had my table, I had it like sitting out and people were flipping through it and stuff. So that was, you know, like you said, it's good advertising. So I try to do that. And it's also like originally before, you know, I was doing anything where people were flipping through my planners. Originally it was even more so, it was a good challenge for me. I know I have my planner, my 2023 planner here. I don't know where I put it. It was a good challenge for me too, to kind of be creative about, you know, how I use my stencils. I mean, it's easy to use them on layout pages because that's what I designed them for. It's a lot harder on, you know, these random pages. This is driving me. I'm so confused right now. Oh, here it is, right here. Anyway. Your tape runner. Oh, my office is a real mess. Like, really bad. Okay. I think the next one I'll do is, this is one of my favorite pages. If I can find this stencil, which is, you know, it might happen, it might not. Because, again, my craft room is a mess. My stencils are a mess. And they're even worse because, like, I threw all of my stencils in a pile to take to Scrappy, which is where we have our planner meetups. And I wanted all of my stencils because I was doing my book stuff. And I knew that I used, like, so many different kinds. So I grabbed all of them and just threw them all in the bag. And so they are a very hot mess right now. But I think I may have that one sitting here. But I apparently I really need to, I have a good system for my stencils, at least, to be organized. My problem is that when I'm in a hurry and doing stuff, I don't organize them. I just throw them all in a pile. And then I just get stacks of these. And like, you know, if I had a stack of 10 of them, that's not like that bad. But, oh, I definitely have too much crap. I need to go through it really quickly. You know, if I had 10 of them, it's not bad, but, you know, I theoretically have one of every one of the stencils that I have. At least one. I know there's some that I randomly have like 4 of. And it's usually because I was like needed it and I just grabbed one out of my stash because I couldn't find it. And then, you know, when I inevitably separate out that stash, it all kind of comes back together and I'm like, oh, I have like 6 of these now. Okay, so what I want to do on this one, I will flip through because I know there's more people here now. This is my cover page. What I did is I went from the back of my planner and penciled in the weeks of the year and some other things I wanted at the end of my planner next year. And so I knew exactly how long I needed to do, how many pages I needed for the actual like planner part of it. You could probably get rid of so much. I really could too. I need to do that. That's one of my goals, is to kind of gradually declutter this and make it more functional for me. So anyway, so I knew exactly how many pages I had to do some fun things in here. Like a bucket list. So this is what I have so far, other than, you know, obviously that page we just did for this week's weekly lead. This is my cover. I use our very new planner tour poster stencil, which will be great for like checklists and stuff too, but it's also really fun to do this tour. I was just talking about this one. I use the Friendship Bracelet Builder, which is also new for the planner Meet Me at Midnight event, which does end tonight officially. I know I set up the code at least one more day, so if you're planning on ordering the next like week, definitely order like either tonight or tomorrow and use code New Year's Day for 20% off. Just went through my pens and have about 40 plus to take to my D-stash. I would probably have a ton of pens to take to D-stash or like actually be able to use if I could find them. So this is my future log. The only thing I have left to do on this is I need to stamp the months. I just need to find my month stamp. This is going to be my birthdays for my friends and my family. And then this is going to be my birthday for my Bujo, which is my Harry Potter group admins, which are also my friends. But I just have it separate because I love that layout that I do for that too. This is going to be my goals page. This part is stenciled, and then I'm going to take it. What I like to do is, I didn't really finish it this year, but I like to make little doodles and stuff of everything else. So there'll be doodles in there. I just closed the page. I want to be able to reference. All right. And then I just started jotting down things that I wanted for goals. This is going to be, Alex, I don't know if you've started working on this, your vision board. I need help with this. I don't know how to set this up. This is going to be a vision board, and then this is going to be vision board bingo. Or if I like decide I really like the direction of my vision board and need more pages, I'll just, you know, just do 2 pages. But I saw a vision board bingo on TikTok and I really liked it. I thought that would be fun to have in there. So I have 2 pages for vision boardy stuff. And then I have 2 pages for my word of the year stuff. I want to do like a fun spread here. You keep getting stuck. We need to have a video chat this weekend and figure out what we want. We need to have a table planning session. Back to the original like SGS one, because that was amazing. Anyway, this is for my word of the year. I usually do like a spread, like a fun, pretty one, and then this is all like quotes. I haven't picked my word of the year yet. I want something travel adjacent, but I want something that's also like not just travel. Like I want it to be like, you know, like growing and like becoming more of myself kind of thing. So like the ones I've jotted down so far are like wander or wonder, travel, fly, discover. Katie said explore, so I haven't really picked it yet, but you have 0 fun plans this January. Book a flight up here at the end of the month. Table planning session. We could get a hotel room and read and get it soak in a hot tub. Anyway, 2 pages for the word of the year. And then I usually only do 1 page for my travel map because generally it's just the United States, or maybe into Ontario and Canada, which is right by me, and I just kind of put a thing there. So this is generally what my travel map looks like. But because next year I have 2 bigger trips, one to Vancouver, Canada, which I guess I could still just put up there, and one to Italy, I have put a world travel map as well. So this is going to be my US travel, and this is going to be my world travel. Again, I don't know exactly how I'm going to set that one up, but the US one I'm going to set up basically essentially like this one. So that might be another one we could do. Self-care, I've included this in like the past few years. It's like a 3-page spread. This is ideas for a bad day. So things like when I'm like having a bad day, like today was a terrible day. But I can already tell you, like, just being here and on this, like, and creating things, it helped me. So like just, I had found these spreads and I really, they resonated with me. So I wanted to include it. And I don't use these often. I don't read these often, but when I do, they're impactful. So, like some different things like watch a TV show, cuddle a pet or a human or a stuffed animal, take a nap, you know, connect with friends, bullet journal. And then this page is things that you don't have to feel guilty about. So like declining a social engagement, telling people no, giving yourself a break. This one is daily affirmations. So like everything will get done. I have time to do the things I love. Yeah, I'm really glad. Like, I'm glad that I was like, I just need to work on my planner, and I won't work on my planner alone. You know, like I like me, I love me, my thoughts matter. And then these are like how to love yourself. So like know yourself, discover what you believe, value, and like, be fully present, life is full of distractions, blah, 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 blah. And then this one is, this I kind of really leaned on like I put this in when my dad died. Coping skills like distraction, conversation, music, read, watch TV, do puzzles, learn something new, crafting, prose. It gives your heart and mind a break. And it's great to just get through a crisis. And the cons is like if you do too long, you're just kind of pushing off underling. Anyway, I liked it. And then this is, I use as a page, like when I have like thoughts of things I miss about my dad, I just put it there and give myself a little cry. Cause I like crying. Crying's my favorite. Not really, but, so these 2 pages are the next ones I think I'm going to work on really quickly. Or I might do, no, cause I'm gonna have to find all those stencils. So I might just do this one cause it'll be easy. Are my shop goals and my social media tracker. This I did a bucket list, which the only thing I used on here was the, lowercase type font, and then I just wrote in everything. I really like this. I like how it came out. Like my handwriting looks pretty on this. So I'm gonna probably need like another page like tipped in on this, but these were the ones I could think of off the top of my head. This is gonna be a master packing list. This is gonna be my playlist because I really liked having that for last year. What I did was put like I don't know if I'll do the black again, but I think I will because it's kind of a fun difference. However, it just means I have to have the metallic pens, and those are kind of annoying. So I think I will probably still do this though, because I really liked how it the black looked. But I will definitely do the playlist in general. We'll do that another night. If I have more time this weekend, I'm going to go live again. And then this is going to be kind of a recreation of my other ones. So one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs, it's an appropriate one for like this week. It's called New Year's Day. And there's the very beginning of it, like it's some of the very beginning lyrics are candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. So that's come back to that. And then the other one is hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. So I used this page. I used my snapped stencil, the big one, and did like my favorite picture of each month. So Alex and I and some friends, we were in Atlanta for a planner conference, and they had a Harry Potter exhibit we went to. My friend Kelly and I this month went to just like Ohio, a little bookish road trip. Not really road trip. We just went for the day and kind of drove around to bookstores and had lunch and whatever. This is my god baby nephew. He had a cute little Ohio State onesie that I bought him. And then this is Alex and I at the Eras Tour in Atlanta. And then my nephew's 4th birthday. And then this is Alex and I at the Eras Tour in Detroit. And this was a still from a video. And it's honestly one of my favorite pictures of the year. Because like, it's just, this is the one that I was like, this is the word, my word of the year this year was joy. Like, because everything was just so filled with joy and so happy. So even though I never did my word of the year this year, in hindsight, like it was joy. There was so much joy and so much happiness. And like the summer of Barbie and Taylor, like it was joy. And I love it more. Like I loved it when I did it first, but like as it filled in each month, like Like, I love this page so much. And then in July, my friends, Alex and I and some other friends were in Arkansas, and we did a Taylor Swift dance party, and I won the costume contest. And I didn't even know there was a costume contest. I won like $50 in the costume contest. I was so excited because I didn't even know it. And that was the best part about it. And then that was my nephew starting school, and he was just so happy, and I love that picture of him. And then Alex and I went to the Jonas Brothers concert and covered up Joe Jonas' face. And then this is Kelly, my friend Kelly, and I at the Taylor Swift movie. And then this was SGS with Alex and I and a couple other of our friends, and they helped me with my make and take. And I had these really fun shirts that say in my stencil area. They're like the shirt version of the vinyl decals that I have. And then my mom and I at this Christmas market in Grand Rapids. So that's gonna be this page, and then this page is gonna be a recreation of this page, which is again the candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. And this was for like 23 adventures. I never finished putting the last couple in here, but this filled up really fast. I had to kind of be selective towards the end of the year, so I actually gave myself two pages to do this. So for this one, I actually did like the adventures, like not just my favorite picture of the month, the things that I did. So my godson nephew's baptism, the Harry Potter exhibit, the planner conference that I was at, and me doing a session, one of our book adventures, when I took my nephew to Paw Patrol Live, another one of our book adventures, a Red Wings game, when I went to Florida for Easter, when we went to Atlanta for the Eras Tour, record store day when I got a Taylor Swift vinyl. I'm a picture taker. I take pictures of everything. We did a V. Schwab book signing, another Toledo adventure, both nights of the Eras Tour in Detroit, when we went to a book thing in Chicago, tailgating with my friend in Cincinnati for the Taylor Swift party, that Taylor Swift dance party, the Ed Sheeran concert that we went to, the Jonas Brothers concert, and then I still have 3 more that I can add in, and I have plenty that I can add in. I haven't put any of SGS in there yet. Like I said, I have plenty I can add in there. So, there was plenty to do in this year, and, you know, with the couple big trips that I have, there's gonna be plenty, so I gave myself 2 pages. I don't know for sure that I'm gonna do the same, like maybe I'll do like 24 adventures here, and then just do other memories, or maybe this will just be my 2 big trips. I don't know. Let's see. When you got an extra camera. Yeah, I mean, when I'm doing things, like, I'm like one of 2 ways. There's some things that, like, when we went to Arkansas, like, I didn't take a ton of pictures, but I did when we went to the dance party, because I thought we all looked super cute. But, like, you can ask Alex. You can ask, let's see who else is in here. I think Alex is the only one that I've been, like, around. Trina, I know I've been around, but we haven't been to, like, an event together where I take pictures I either take, like, 1 picture and I'm done, or I take, like, hundreds of pictures. Alex can tell you, like, every shared album we have is, like, there's like 5 of her pictures, and there's like 300 of mine, even if it's like a 2-day thing. Anyway, so that's going to be these 3 pages. I walk away. She's not, but I like pictures. But like that one of us at Taylor is so cute. You better be okay with this in Italy. Not yet, for sure. Okay, but it's, you like it in hindsight, right? You want to stay first place, Alex. You gotta like pictures. Okay, and so this one is, I used the gift stencil to do, on this page, I'm going to do, like, ideas that I have. Like, for instance, as I was shopping for Christmas stuff, I kept getting ads. After I was finished with my nephew, he loves animals and he loves the zoo. And I took him to the Toledo Zoo when his mom was in the hospital. And I had made the mistake of saying, like, oh, we can go to the Columbus Zoo in this next summer because they have a water park in the parking lot. And it's only like 3 hours. And so ever since then, he has been talking nonstop about the Columbus Zoo. Like, why can't we go this weekend, Coco? I want to go to a water park. And I'm like, buddy, it is 33 degrees. And there might be snow tomorrow. Like, we are not going. The water park is closed. Like, so one of the ideas I have for him. And then I saw ads after I had finished his Christmas gift of, like, animal experiences. So, like, up close, one-on-one with a zookeeper and, like, feeding a giraffe or whatever. Oh, it's so bad, Katie. Like, he's like, Coco, remember that time you told me we could go to the Columbus Zoo? I want to go to the water park. And I'm like, buddy, it is closed. Like, the animals are not out. Like, maybe the polar bears are out. And then like the one, he's like, maybe we could just go like Friday night. And I'm like, no, it's a 3-hour drive, buddy. He's like, okay, well, maybe like Saturday morning. He's my oldest nephew, and he's just like, he is a little man. He is so smart. He does not forget. He is sharp as a tack. He is so smart. He met Alex. Well, he's met her twice now, but he met her like the first time he met her, there was like a good, like 2 years in between probably. All the time between that. Hey, Coco, remember your friend Alex? When is Alex coming? When are we going to see Alex again? I'm like, buddy, that was like 6 months ago. How do you remember this? Anyway, so gift ideas there. He does not forget this kid. And his funny thing is he's always like, remember when I was 4 years old? I'm like, you are still 4 years old, Jackson. Like, he's so funny. He is your bestie. He loves you. He loves you more than he loves me. This is canon. Anyway, and then on this side is a wish list for me. I'm going to try to be better about not just buying things for myself, like, on a whim. Trying. But it's also going to be kind of things to buy. Like, I got a travel makeup mirror I want. A collapsible duffel bag I want for our trip to Italy. Things like that. Like, things that I want to buy, but I don't necessarily need, like, right away. I'm going to try to be better about this and do that on this page. So, this may end up needing like 6 pages of tip outs, but we'll see. We're gonna work on this. So that's that page. And then I think I might use this for quotes. And then I have a couple other pages, before January that I'm leaving open to ideas. All right. So I don't want to be on here like super long tonight. Actually, it's already 9 o'clock. I think that might be it for tonight, you guys. You know what? No, let me do the, while you guys are all here, it's like a good night. I usually don't have this many people up on live. I'm like having a little bit of a moment here. Okay. All at once. I know most of you have been on a live before, but not all at once. The only time I ever really do that is like if I'm in the PBC group and there's like a lot of people sometimes. Okay. Let me find where my shop goals is. Yeah, I really needed this. I'm glad I did this. I will probably go live at some point this weekend too. So, I really needed it for sure. Where is my shop goals page? There we go. Okay. This I can do pretty quickly. So we'll do this page. And then I can kind of work on it, filling in all the other stuff, like the goals and everything. So I'm going to take this and kind of alternate it all the way around and just kind of make a border. So to do that, I kind of will just choose, you know, what 2 colors I want to use. I like to use like a nice bright, I'm going to do Mowed Lawn. I will be on live at some point. I can pretty much promise, I won't promise, but pretty much promise you that. Let's see, that's 33 and that's 34. I think we're going to do Lucky Clover and Mowed Lawn, and hopefully they look good together. They look like they look good together. So we have our Mowed Lawn one. Let me grab another green. All right. And now on this one, I'm not going to lie. When I do these kind of border ones, I really don't washi it down because I like to go fast on these. So, I kind of will just take, you know, and figure out, play with it where I want it and do like a nice little quick one. And I like to alternate the colors just to give it a variety and kind of like alternate the directions of the leaves. And, you know, some will be like most of the way on the page and some will be most of the way off the page. And some will be kind of half and half and, you know, tipped in a different way. Some of them will overlap. Well, good, thank you. I'm glad you guys are. I love doing them too because I'm like, it gives me the motivation to like do things differently. And, you know, when you guys have questions and stuff, I really enjoy doing these. I enjoy doing all this kind of stuff. The other thing I would like to do this year is do more like conferences. I only did 2 this year. Well, only 2 was a lot, but thank you. These 2 colors are Mowed Lawn is the lighter one, and the darker one is Lucky Clover. They're very tropically together. My other goal this year, like shop-wise, is to keep getting more into like the planner conferences and doing more of these, because I really enjoyed the sessions that I did last year, and I'm looking forward to more this year. I did a full session at the Planner Memory Social in Atlanta, and then I did a make and take at SGS in Orlando. So hopefully I'll have time for more. The problem is that this year my vacation days are like already all accounted for. I'm already booked up. So I'm going to have to be kind of not selective, because if I can make it work, I'm going to make anything work. Yeah, I want to expand my horizons. That's a great way to put it, Trina. That's exactly what I want to do, is expand my horizons. And like, I really love... Like, I love seeing you guys do these and being like, oh, I actually like stenciling. I love when you guys get into it. I love teaching you guys that too. And I think it's just like, especially as, you know, inflation continues to go up and, you know, money gets tight. Like, this is a way, and like, I'm not saying it doesn't cost anything, but it's a way to kind of get like a little more use out of your planner supplies, and, you know, some variety and some creativity too, because that's something I know that when I'm missing it in my life, I can tell. I can tell that, like, I'm like, I need to go plan. I need to go do something. Somebody give me something to do, like give me a craft to make. Yeah, you can reuse them in different ways. And that was kind of the intention of the layout kits, was to, like, you know, show something that you can easily do yourself and copy, but then to give you a lot of useful stencils and the tools to use them in other ways too. We are always learning. I'm always learning. And I think, like, that's the other thing. Like, when I get on here, I'm pushed more to do something different than when I'm, like, just by myself doing it, or like even at Scrappy or whatever. It's more motivation to do something different when, like, you guys are sitting here talking like, oh, this would look good there. And I'm like, but how could I do that? I remember, it wasn't last year. It was probably at least 2 years ago now. I had done a Star Wars release, and one of them was the Baby Yoda. Was a Baby Yoda stencil. And it was like for Star Wars Day, like the week of Star Wars. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to plan with this, even though I'm not a Star Wars person, but like the Baby Yoda thing was super cute. And I was like all about it. Messed it up talking this. Oh yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying to do my best not to, actually. So yeah, I remember doing that one. And I remember just like, the people that were on the live were like giving me like things that like the Baby Yoda thing did, and they were like, oh, the frogs, and I was like, I don't have frogs, and I was like, I mean, I have chocolate frogs, and then like I was like, oh, I could use that, that's cool. Like, so I really enjoy that aspect of it too, that you know, there's like a collaborative effort, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of my shop-wise, some of my goals. And I definitely want to do more, like I said, I know some of you guys weren't here, that layout builder kit that I did. The intention is to have a social media, like basically a step-by-step tutorial on how to use it. And I had filmed it, and I had edited it and what I thought was posted it to my YouTube channel. And just like hadn't gotten around to like sharing it. But I was so like, so busy with the holidays and everything. And then at the end of the year, I was like, my goal really was to like really launch my YouTube last year. And I just didn't. And I was kind of in my feelings about that. And, I like went through and I was like, I'm just going to delete everything that's like the drafts and all this and like start fresh and be ready to go in 2024. and I deleted what I thought was just a random draft, which was the post that never posted, that I don't know what I did. I really have no clue. And so then when I realized that, I was like, oh shoot. And I was like, I need to redo this. And then, you know, it was just the brunt of the holidays. And you guys know how that goes. The holidays are just stressful. I did see one of my friends' shops. She took the whole month of December off. And I was like, that is an amazingly smart idea. I don't know that I'll take the whole month off, but I will probably next month or next year. I mean, I kind of did it anyways. I just didn't do any lives. And, you know, I worked on orders, but that was it. I really didn't do a ton of designing, obviously. Have a good night. Nice. I'm only on I've finished one book. I just can't decide what I want to read next, so I'm struggling. But have a good read. I'm going to be off of here pretty soon, too, I think. I want to try to get to bed kind of early, but I don't know. So again, I'm just kind of like spreading these around and kind of using them to make the border of this page. Nice. I had a bunch of library holds come in, and that was my first book. I think it was my first book that I finished. My first book was a library hold because I had like 3 of them came in at the same time. And then I started reading the second one today, and I was just like, I don't know if I'm feeling this right now. And so I stopped reading it, and I was kind of in a mood. Like today was a weirdly, like, it wasn't a, you know, nothing bad happened. Nobody's in the hospital. It was like a terrible day, an awful day in the most like unserious way ever. Nothing bad happened. Everything was fine. Like, you know, nobody's in the hospital. I didn't get a speeding ticket. I didn't get in an accident. You know, nothing is bad. But it was just like everything went wrong, and it was just very frustrating. Like, I just hate, you know, you know, those days happen. And it was just like, so I think that was part of the reason that I didn't finish reading today. I just realized I'm like off camera right now. Sorry, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. It is really, like I said, it's fun to like use these stencils in a different way. And I think that's another thing. Like I want you guys to know that like you can, like, it's not just a pattern. They're not just, you know, what they're intended for. Like use them in fun ways. That's one thing I really like about Alex when she stencils, is she uses things in ways that I don't even think of a lot of times. Like, I don't remember what I had a coffin on something, and it was like a Beetlejuice or an Addams Family or something very random. And she took that coffin and used them as boxes in this like entirely different Halloween layout. And I was like, that is so cool. Like I would have never thought of that. And that's why I really love when you guys share your stuff too, because it's so cool to see how the different ways you guys use it, because I haven't thought of every way, I'm sure. And I don't want to have thought of every way. I want like to have moments of creativity and moments of inspiration from you guys too. I do really love this, not like jungle-y, but tropical-y feel to this, and it's always kind of whimsical and stuff. I am though ready to be done. I can feel myself getting super tired super fast. The stress of the day is kind of worn on me, and now I'm just thinking like, ugh, tomorrow's only Thursday. I need a day off. I need it to be Friday so bad. I saw a meme the other day that was like, I used to sing to Blink-182, like, work sucks, I know, and just had no idea, because now I know. Now I know. Forgive me, Blink. Work does really suck. I just thought it was so funny and so, like, reminiscent of, like, middle school when I was, like, jamming out to that on TRL, like, work sucks, and I'm like, I'm in middle school. Chill out, kid. Work's gonna suck a lot more than you'll ever know. Not that work sucks. It's just, you know, like I said, I had kind of a unseriously bad day. Just like everything that could go wrong went wrong. And, you know, people that could be annoyingly unhelpful were extra annoyingly unhelpful. Like, everything that could go wrong did. But again, like in a very unserious way. Like nothing, you know, no one's in a hospital. No one is, you know, had a terrible diagnosis. You know, my little baby nephew, you know, he's okay at the moment. He's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but like nothing happened. But it's just like everything happened. You know, those days that are just like, can I just tap out? Can I just go home and go to bed at 2 o'clock? Because I really wanted to. But I am glad that I came live tonight, because this has been very good for me. Not only in getting something done, which I very desperately needed to do, but also just like mental health wise. It's nice to put some ink to paper, get things done, start having things shape up, because I do really love, you know, when my planner starts coming together, my bullet journal starts coming together, I love the flipping through of it and like seeing where I've gone, where I've come from, what I've come from doing, and like where I'm going, you know. It is almost over. I'm so excited. And I'm very excited for that fact. But I do love the like process of like, you know, flipping through it and being like, oh, look, here's my bucket list. And those first couple like times you do it just always feels so different and so special, because it's all like new. And these aren't the pages you've been staring at all year. So I'm kind of excited to get to that point where there's enough to flip through, which I think I'm like kind of basically right at that point, which is exciting. All right, we're gonna put these away. And then I am going to really quickly kind of run over this with a little bit of the sand eraser. Nope, wrong one. That'll help me get away with a little bit of these random ink marks that I got in here. All right, so the last couple things I'm going to do, I did a like shop goals title on this one, on the other one, so we're going to do that really quick. I'm going to kind of play around with this a little bit. Color it in and whatnot, but since I'm kind of trying to get off of here and have some unwind time before hopefully getting to bed kind of early, I'm just going to set up the very basics of this part. And then on this one, it'll be social media tracker. I'm just going to set the box up and do the lettering later, because I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I just hit a wall. I'm just done. I can't even find my ruler. So I think with that, like, I think that's my call it moment. So let me do my boxes really quick, and then I'm going to call it a night. Because when I hit that point, I'm just like, I need to be done. I can't even separate these erasers, or these rulers. So, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 26 down. $20 here to $20 there. Two, 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 26. All right. This is not going to work on 2 different rollers. So now I just divided this up so that I could have enough space for each of the social media networks, and then once a month plus the end of the year. So then at like the beginning of each month I will put the total in, and I haven't put in the end of 2023 yet, but so I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I do actually kind of want to track sales this year, but I'll have to figure that out later. There's not really room in this one to do it. All right. I feel kind of good about the amount of stuff we've got set up though. Or I've got set up, I guess. Hopefully it'll only take me another, you know, 1 or 2 good days of some serious planner time. Does the website give me stats? Maybe. I wouldn't know how to read them if they did. Like I said, all I do is I will take, hopefully I remember on the first of each month, and I'll just put whatever my follower count is on each of the platforms. And then at the end of the month, obviously I'll do it for the next month. Sales wise, honestly, I don't know either. I'm still so new to Shopify. Like I know that there's like a wealth of information and a wealth of things that I could do on there, and I just don't know how to do them yet. So that's kind of the other thing that I really want to work on in 2024 is like figuring out where and how to get these stats and what things that I'm not taking advantage of. So let's do TikTok. I'm being like very cavalier about these sketches. I remember when I did this the first time, I was like super precise, and now I'm just like, eh. They're supposed to look like doodles, right? Like I remember spending like an ungodly amount of time trying to get the Facebook one right. Not today. Sorry, I have to be like kind of quiet when I do this. It takes too much concentration. I almost just spelled that wrong because I was talking. Didn't space this out very well. And then I'll go back and add color and whatnot. All right, so there you have it. I will definitely be going back and like kind of filling in some stuff here. You know, filling in the faux brush part, and obviously filling my goals in. Adding a little bit of the pink highlighter just to give it some pop of color. But other than that, thank you so much. I really I think I did this on a live last year, and I was just like, had an extra page, and I was like, I do want to track this. And I really loved how it turned out. And I was like, well, that's my social media. And I mean, it kind of works because like my logo is a Monstera leaf. So, yeah. All right. Well, it's time for me to get to bed. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really enjoyed tonight. I will maybe see you live this weekend. Good night.